Hey everybody, this is Big Red with Big Red Graphics. Got part 3 of my Barack Obama caricature process that I use. Today I'm going to go over the Reilly Abstraction Method that I use in order to clean up my rough sketch and get ready to do the final drawing. So we'll get right into it. I'm using Procreate for all this, and you see my rough sketch there. I turned down the opacity on that and drew some guidelines for the features of the eyes, nose, and mouth. And then I get started with the basic shape of the head there. So if you notice with the shape of the head, I made it a little thicker than my rough sketch below. I'll actually come in and change that once I put in the tempo rhythms. And I can really tell where the tempo rhythms, where I want them to be because of the shadow in the reference photo. That really helped out, and I again adjusted the right side to make it a little thinner and actually match my rough sketch below. So once I have those in place, you see I come in with the brow rhythm and try to match up the corners of that brow rhythm with the bottoms of the tempo rhythms, and then put in the bottom of that as well. Then I come in with the tops and bottoms of the eyelids and move on to the keystone shape. From there I move on to the front plane of the nose. I try to match the bottom of the front plane of the nose, try to get that where the light meets the dark in the reference photo there. And once I got that where I wanted it, I move on to the ear rhythms. And you can see that I make the ear rhythm stick out a little farther than my rough sketch. I just thought that would be a good part to exaggerate for this caricature. And you can see here I'm bringing that rhythm down to where I think the chin should go. And I do the same thing on the right side. I really like the ear rhythms because they help me get the placement of the chin, the thickness of the chin, and that shape. Just like all these rhythms, I really use them just to get the shapes of the face mapped out for my final drawing. And then I come back to the other nasal rhythms. The triangular one, or the side plane rhythm, I use in order to get the outer edges of the nostril and to define the bottom plane of the nose there. The nasal labial rhythm, which I'm drawing right now, helps me get the tops of the nostrils and then also helps to get the shape of the mouth. This is one I really have trouble with, so you can see me erasing and putting it back and erasing and putting it back. But again, this is the reason why I do the abstraction. It really helps me fix any of the structure problems that I had in my rough sketch. It really helps me define how the shapes of each feature are going to be, and really how I'm gonna render the whole drawing. Really helps in the final drawing. So you see I finally get that where I want it, and then I move on to the chin rhythm and draw that circle in there. Then I move on to the muzzle rhythm here in a second. And again, I like this one because it helps me define the tops of the cheekbones, where the eye socket meets the cheekbone, and then also helps me define the sides of the cheeks. And in this reference photo, you can see how his smile is making his skin around his cheek fold into each other, and then also actually gets tucked under the chin. So you'll see me come in and actually redefine the nasal labial rhythm a little bit and make that thinner, just because the other rhythm is dictating that. So be flexible when you're doing this, and don't be afraid to make any adjustments according to how it feels and how it's going. So I continue to clean those rhythms up and get the shape of the cheeks right where I want them. And then I'll move on to the mouth rhythm. This one is kind of how you want to do it. I'm doing this one by drawing a line from each corner of the labial rhythm there. And you'll see it actually doesn't match up at first. Once I draw in the rest of the mouth and all that, and lips and the teeth, I actually move on to the orbs of the eyes and then the pupils of the eyes and come back to that and fix it. So after I got the eyes done, you'll see I come back and fix the mouth. And I clean up a little of the other rhythms as well. I'm going to add a hairline rhythm to the top, and then also a hairline rhythm on the left side to help me figure out how really thick his actual hair is going to be, because that's one thing I kind of want to exaggerate, is he's basically all head and no hair. So that's what I'm going to try to achieve. And then I'll move on to the rhythms of the body. I'll start with the neck rhythm, and you can notice how it is differentiating from my rough sketch at the bottom. And you can also notice how many different changes I've made from the rough sketch. It really does, this abstraction method really does help me get the basic shapes that I want for all of my caricatures. And so you see the suit and the tie and the shirt and all that good stuff coming in. And that's about going to wrap this video up. I really appreciate y'all taking the time to watch the video. Here you can see the final picture of the abstraction that I did for Barack Obama. If you learned something, give me a like and a subscribe. And be sure to check out part 4 of this series where I do the final drawing of this caricature. Again, thanks a lot guys. This is Big Red with Big Red Graphics, letting you know to stay red.